What is up, guys? Ryan G here, sporting my freshly shaven face that my family is very upset by. So one of my guns, my Glock 43X, I've got the Shield Arms 15 round mag for it, so it allows the gun to hold 15 instead of 10. This mag has been rusting like crazy. I've tried a lot of different things to try to stop the rust, like, can you see it all back there? I already kind of cleaned the side, but the side was like really bad. I bought some cleaning supplies to kind of fix this, and I was doing it at the kitchen table earlier, and Tiff was like, why aren't you recording this? And I was like, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I should record it. Some people might be interested if you ever deal with this kind of problem. So let me explain what I bought. I showed you the problem. We've got all that rusting and all that pitting. I obviously want to deal with it before it gets worse. So I stripped the mag apart. I actually used brake cleaner, which is one of my favorite items to break up like really tough stuff, that and acetone. Used brake cleaner to kind of clean it all. I've got Birchwood Casey Perma Blue, so we're gonna re-blue this mag. Some Q-tips to apply the Perma Blue, some wipes, steel wool, and then I've got some sandpaper. Basically what I'm gonna start to do here, and I haven't done this in a really long time, I'm gonna start sanding the mag. I'm gonna start sanding the mag just in very small circles. And really what I'm trying to do is get the rust off, but I'm also trying to get the bluing material off. Now, there's a product, as I was reading the instructions, because, you know, you guys know how us men do it. I don't read the instructions before I start, I just start. So the instructions say that you're supposed to use the Birchwood Casey bluing remover to get the bluing off, which you can definitely do. I'm probably, just because I don't have it and I don't want to wait to reorder it because I don't want this mag to get worse, I'll probably just sand the bluing off, which might take a little bit more effort. And frankly, I don't even think I have to take all the bluing off. I just think I got to get a decent chunk of it off. So you can already see on the back of the mag is already looking pretty good. We got that surface rust off. So once I get this whole thing like sanded down and looking nice, get all these like scratch marks out. So this sandpaper, this is 150 grit. So once I work it with 150, then I'll go to 220, and then I'll break it down to 1,000. And then probably 2,000 grit. Again, it doesn't really need to be perfect. Most of the time with rust, like what a lot of people don't know is when we own the gun store, actually, first we bought a gun, I think it was a Glock. We got it from a gun store, and we bought it from Lipsey's, which is like a big gun distributor. They sent the gun to us and it was like covered in rust. There was rust all over the slide. So I called Lipsey's and was pretty pissed off and said like, what the hell, man? You guys sent me this gun that has a bunch of rust on it. And they said, no, most guns have rust on it when they come to the dealers. They said, take some steel wool, take a little bit of gun oil, and just kind of rub it in small circles and it'll come out. So we did it, and then it all went away. So that was our first introduction into the fact that some guns come to gun stores and they have rust on them, and you just have to kind of buff it out and get rid of it. So it's actually pretty common, and this is why you got to keep a lot of oil on it. Okay, so I got the mag like looking pretty good. So now I'm gonna take this Perma Blue with a little bit of a Q-tip, and I basically just start putting it on. So this Perma Blue is an oxidizer, and it actually, you can notice as soon as you put it on, if the surface is clean, you'll notice that it starts to change the color like right away. It starts to actually rust the metal. So can you see how that's turning black? Now, you usually have to do multiple coats. So just start coating the metal. Stuff stinks, man. Basically gonna let it sit on for a minute, and then you gotta rinse it under cold water and clean it. And like in the beginning, you can see that that's like all patchy and blotchy, and that's just because the bluing compound is not rusting that one spot very well. And this is also why you do multiple coats. So as you do more and more coats, it starts to get better and look a lot nicer. Okay, so that's what it looks like, all wet in the bluing solution. notice though that it is definitely not perfect, right? So now I'm gonna go back into the office and we're gonna apply another coat of the Perma Blue. Let that sit for another minute, and we're just gonna keep repeating this process until we get the result that we desire. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure that I get this stuff everywhere. Okay, so now we're at like, this is the third coat, and I think definitely pretty well coated, but you'll see there's like lots of splotches and stuff, right? So what I've got is I've got some quadruple aught steel wool, and I'm just gonna take it and do very, very small circles on the surface of the mag. Ooh, that's sexy. So it actually buffs out a lot of the imperfections that are left by the, ooh, that's nice, man. So that looks pretty amazing. If this was like the slide or something that I was trying to re-blue, or the frame, I would obviously take a lot more time to make this really nice because you'd want it to look nice. Okay, still some splotchiness there. Ooh, that darkened up. Really good. Now the secret to bluing really is the prep work. So the more, like I did a 1911 back in the day when I was doing a lot of gunsmithing, and we wanted the finish to be like very high polished, which meant I had to sand the heck out of that gun and then polish it on the buffing wheel so it was like a mirror finish almost. And then I applied the blue, and then it came out really amazing. But I spent far more time on the prep work with that because it was outside of the gun, and obviously a customer was paying for it, so it was a much bigger deal. But this mag is gonna turn out really nice. So I think that's gonna be the final coat of the bluing solution. Okay, so now we're gonna let it sit for another minute and see what happens. Did the last coating. Now we're gonna polish it with steel wool. We're gonna see how it turned out. And then we're gonna hit it with a little bit of shooter's lube. Shooter's lube, make it look all fresh and clean. Okay, that's the back, looks nice. Looks beautiful there, beautiful there, beautiful there. No splotches. Put a little bit of gun oil on it, and let's see what it finally looks like.
Few moments later.
So this is the final product. Applied some gun oil on it, and it came out really nice. So now all of that rust is gone, it's protected. Turned out really good. That's how you clean a magazine that has a bunch of rust on it without having to use paint or something like that. It's just gonna chip off. It's a permanent solution. And as long as I keep it well oiled, it should never come back. So thanks for watching.